Christians have long been skeptical of the mainstream media, and for good reason. The motivations of the mainstream media are often at odds with the values and principles of Christianity, leading many to question the trustworthiness of the information presented. One of the primary concerns is the pervasive secularism that permeates the media landscape. Mainstream media outlets often prioritize a secular worldview, which can lead to a biased presentation of news and information that does hostile to Christian values. This bias is evident in the way that the media reports on Christian issues and events. For example, when a Christian is involved in a controversy or scandal, the media often highlights their faith as a contributing factor, implying that Christianity is somehow to blame. On the other hand, when a Christian is involved in a positive story, such as a heroic act or a charitable endeavor, their faith is often downplayed or ignored. This double standard is a clear indication that the media is not interested in presenting a balanced view of Christianity, but rather in perpetuating a negative narrative. Another reason Christians cannot trust the motivations of the mainstream media is the influence of ideological agendas. Many media outlets are driven by a liberal or progressive ideology that is at odds with traditional Christian values. This is evident in the way that the media reports on issues such as abortion, same-sex marriage, and religious freedom. The media often presents these issues in a way that is slanted towards the liberal perspective, without giving adequate representation to the Christian viewpoint. This is not only misleading, but it also creates a false narrative that Christians are out of touch with the rest of society. Furthermore, the mainstream media has a history of targeting Christians and Christianity with ridicule and scorn. From the mocking of Christian leaders and celebrities to the blatant misrepresentation of Christian doctrine, the media has consistently demonstrated a disregard for the faith and its adherents. This is not only hurtful to individual Christians, but it also contributes to a culture of intolerance and hostility towards Christianity. By perpetuating negative stereotypes and misconceptions about Christianity, the media helps to fuel a societal backlash against the faith, making it more difficult for Christians to live out their faith in the public square. In addition to these concerns, the rise of fake news and disinformation has further eroded trust in the mainstream media. Christians, like many others, are increasingly skeptical of the information presented by the media, recognizing that this is often biased, misleading, or downright false. The proliferation of social media has also created an environment in which false information can spread quickly, often with devastating consequences. This has led many Christians to seek out alternative sources of news and information, such as Christian media outlets or online news sites that are committed to presenting a more balanced and accurate view of the world. Ultimately, the motivations of the mainstream media are driven by a desire to shape public opinion and advance a particular ideological agenda. Christians, who are called to be discerning and critically engaged with the world around them, must be cautious in their consumption of media and vigilant in their pursuit of truth. By recognizing the biases and agendas that drive the mainstream media, Christians can better navigate the complex and often confusing media landscape, seeking out sources of information that are trustworthy and faithful to the values of their faith. In a world where the media plays an increasingly influential role in shaping public opinion, Christians must be proactive in seeking out truth and promoting a more nuanced and balanced understanding of the world.